Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tearing down an absolutely fascinating blueprint. We're looking at the raw architecture designed to generate a premium educational masterclass. We're looking at the foundational source code engineered to take absolute beginners and transform them into freelance cybersecurity professionals by the year 2026. It's a literal masterclass in structuring information for maximum impact, so let's just jump right in and break it down.
Here's our roadmap to unpack this intense 30-day curriculum. First up, the Masterclass blueprint. Then, bridging theory and practice. Followed by the business of security. And finally, future scope and evaluation.
Starting with Part 1, the Masterclass Blueprint, Summoning the Ultimate Instructor.
To kick things off, just think about the massive persona this source material demands to lead this. The blueprint literally dictates you are a senior cybersecurity engineer, ethical hacker, SOC analyst, penetration tester, digital forensics expert, cloud security architect, malware analyst, and instructor with over 20 years of experience. Wow, right? Notice the sheer weight of expertise being simulated here. The architecture demands a singular voice that possesses the entire spectrum of cybersecurity knowledge, all combined with the pedagogical skill of a seasoned master instructor. Now, this heavy-hitting instructor is tasked with a highly accelerated journey, taking a complete novice and turning them into a hireable pro in just 30 days. But our source material zooms in specifically on day 29. We definitely aren't in beginner territory anymore because day 29 tackles the complex intersection of AI and cybersecurity. Just imagine the precise pacing required to guide a student to this level in barely 4 weeks. It's kind of mind-blowing.
But here lies the true challenge. Combating the curse of knowledge. The blueprint explicitly commands, explain everything in very simple English so beginners can understand. So the instructor has to take 20 years of highly technical jargon across 8 specialized domains and distill it flawlessly. Knowing exactly how malware interacts with cloud architecture is one skill, for sure, but explaining it without losing a beginner, that is entirely another.
Moving right along to Section 2, Bridging Theory and Practice, Knowing versus Doing. This brilliantly illustrates the dual focus of the course. The foundational knowledge, the complete theory, visual explanations, and mental models, well, that must be immediately balanced by execution. Because let's face it, in cybersecurity, theory alone is a total liability. The prompt mandates practical demonstration and a live lab, ensuring the learner gets hands-on keyboard experience. It bridges that massive gap between just knowing a concept and actually executing it in a live environment. And it goes beyond just the labs. The blueprint forces the lesson into the actual professional workflow. The instructor must impart a structured real-world methodology. That means laying out industry best practices, highlighting common pitfalls, and integrating actionable security tips. This guarantees that beginners aren't just learning how to use a tool, but how to deploy it safely. They get to dodge all those rookie mistakes our 20-year veteran has learned to avoid over the years.
Next up is Section 3, the business of security, from classroom to boardroom. Rather than teaching technical skills in a vacuum, the blueprint demands a direct line to employment. Just look at the sheer volume of career preparation packed into this single lesson. We're talking interview questions, salary data, and a full career roadmap. Plus, it demands alignment with some of the absolute most punishing certifications in the industry: CEH, Security Plus, OSCP, and even CISSP. Integrating that spectrum of certification knowledge into a beginner-friendly lesson proves this blueprint is relentlessly focused on making the student hireable.
Furthermore, because it's targeting the goal of creating a freelance professional by 2026, the lesson can't just prep for traditional corporate desk jobs. It mandates concrete client project examples to prepare learners for the gig economy. The student absolutely must understand the freelancer's reality, how to actually interface with clients, properly scope a project, and independently deliver specialized security solutions.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 4, Future Scope and Evaluation Testing the 2026 Landscape.
To remain relevant in an industry that literally changes daily, the blueprint mandates an exploration of the absolute latest AI tools and cyber attacks. The student isn't just learning what worked yesterday, right? They're being thrust onto the cutting edge of the threat landscape. They have to understand the future scope, meaning how AI is being weaponized by attackers right now and exactly how it must be deployed by defenders to stop them.
And to prove they've actually mastered it, the lesson ends with a rapid-fire, rigorous gauntlet of deliverables. The blueprint simply does not let up. The instructor has to generate a detailed summary, assign homework, create a 20-question quiz, build a mini project, and finally, design a comprehensive full project. It's a relentless testing matrix, completely designed to guarantee the student can actually perform when it counts.
So stepping back to look at this whole demanding architecture, the simulated veteran instructor, that crazy blend of theory and live labs, the intense employment focus, and the AI deep dive, it sets an incredibly high bar for modern education. And it leaves us with a critical question about our own learning paths, doesn't it? In an era where AI and cybersecurity are so inextricably linked and the standards are getting this rigorous, are you truly prepared for the future scope of AI-driven security?